Hey everybody, so I'm going to show you actually how to generate your own math flashcards using PowerShell. So the kind of the story was I've been gone for about 3 months, and in this time I had to do a lot of homeschooling, and the flashcards I saw did not give me what I want. I wanted number bond flashcards. This is related to sort of the curriculum that Singapore math has, and my daughter's around 4. So I wanted to build a math cards that, follow this sort of idea of, number bonds, where two parts make a whole, um, and teach her how to mentally just understand how two numbers put together makes a whole, or a whole is a combination of two parts. So having her understand that was just important for me. So I wanted to make some flashcards and also learn about the drawing libraries available on PowerShell. So if you're interested, I'm going to actually dive into the code to kind of show you how I actually built these flashcards. Now, it may not be the best way because I was trying to figure it out, but um, you know, do with it what you want. And I think the possibilities are pretty endless. I'm actually going to make some more flashcards. So if you like this flashcard, then let me know. And I'm gonna try to build a whole GUI of flashcards that I can launch for my daughter. So right now she's 4, so as she progresses or gets older, I'm gonna be adding more flashcards, or trying to build more of these type of dynamic content to that aligns with what I'm trying to teach my daughter. So I imagine multiplication, division, and things like that later on. So yeah, let me know what you think. All right, let me get started. So how did I make this flashcard? It looks like an actual picture, right? But I actually generated this, and you can modify it with, mess with the code and do with it what you want, right? I'll put the link in the description. It'll be a link to my GitHub repo. So first, you have to use using namespace. When you identify and you say using namespace, that just really says I want to use system drawing namespace, and you don't have to actually specify that, but if you do specify the namespace, now you can actually specify rectangle directly. Like, you can now specify a rectangle object directly without having to do system.drawing.imaging.rectangle. Was it rectangle? Dot. It was a rectangle. I don't know. I forgot. It's been a while. But referencing that, let me see, 1 second. System dot drawing dot, what was it? I thought it was imaging. Hmm. Oh, yeah, it is there. Okay. It just didn't, the IntelliSense didn't pick it up properly. Hmm. Interesting. It usually just picks it up and allows me to draw it. Maybe because I used the namespace. Hmm. Okay. Anyways, so when you use a namespace, you can specify shapes when you draw. Okay. Now, be sure to add type. Add that assembly if you, for some reason, it isn't loaded. You want to add type, assembly name, and system drawing. Okay. Once you do that, the encoding. So here's another thing that I figured out was when I started exporting these images, it wasn't encoding. The format was kind of bad. So I needed to generate higher quality images so it looked nicer, right? So this is really, you don't really need this, but I just put it so that I can generate higher quality images, and I want to do a JPEG, right? So encoding parameters is just using the image encoder that is in the system drawing imaging DLL, and now I can use the JPEG, right? So another thing I wanted to do was, as my daughter grows older or gets, if 10 is becoming too easy, then I wanted to generate numbers and have it just dynamically draw. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I just built a function, right? A function called new number bond images or image, and then it'll return back the image that I can draw with, okay? So here's the circle diameter of what, I want to use as the circle, and the pen width. Imagine that if you were to draw a circle, you need a pen, right? So the pen width specifies how thick that pen would be to draw that circle. The outline color or the background color is exactly as it sounds, is the outline of the circle and the background of the circle. The image width and the image height is really the canvas width or height. It's the actual picture width or height, the drawing surface, okay? Once you have that, you want to have your image. Now the image, this is going to be generating that canvas, and we're going to specify a bitmap, and then we're going to specify that image width of 2000, image height of 2000 with the format. Now, you may be thinking that, well, your computer is not that high quality. Well, I just specified a high quality image, and then I'll just downsize it. Does that make sense? So I wanted to get a high quality image when I generate. It could be a better way. Let me know in the comments if there's a better way, but I was just trying to figure it out. So then you have graphics, and you have the drawing surface, and then you specify that image, which is pulled from here. So here's the thing. So when you start with a drawing surface, this is what you're drawing for. Imagine the drawing surface as sort of your piece of paper that you're going to be drawing on, and the image, and you're using the image as that piece of paper. So the piece of paper is like, you get a piece of paper, and then the drawing surface you're drawing on top. You're drawing on that piece of paper. So you're kind of specifying, this is what I want to draw, and this is the image I want to draw in. So the image could also be, you can reference the image from downloading it or something, but yeah, exactly as it sounds. All right. Okay. The filled space is exactly as it sounds. I want to fill that space. I want to fill that area, and I said make it empty. I specified the pen, and when you make a pen, you do have to specify pen, and then specify new, specify a brush, and I just use solid brush, and I put new color and outline color, okay? And here's the pen width, right? So here's me building an actual pen object to color with, and here's me specifying the color of that pen and the width of the pen, right? So now I have a pen I can work with. I will fill region area, and I specify a rectangle, a new rectangle with the coordinates. This is going to be the sort of x coordinate, the starting x coordinate. This will be the starting y coordinate. So I put 0, 0. And imagine that if you're looking at, if you're drawing with this, it will be something like this. This is going to be the, this is the coordinate I want, right? And when you're drawing the rectangle, you want to specify the other corner, okay? That's how you want to draw it. So when you specify the coordinates, you want to say 0, 0. Image width is how wide I want to go here. And then image height is like that. Does that make sense? Now, why did I want to do plus 400? Well, I wanted to, there's a reason there's a reason behind it, but I just can't remember. It's been a while. I've been using this flashcards for a while, but I now have the time to kind of make a video about it. But image height, fill region. If I remember, I'll let you guys know. So you have the drawing surface, and now you want a fill region, right? You want to do dot fill region with a solid brush with a new background color. So where's the background color? Remember, it's right here. I want to put white. So you have to have a brush object with background color. So you can make the brush object here by going to like, building that object itself and then specifying it there. Or you could just specify here. So that's just what I did. And then the fill area, region area, is just specifying right above it the region I want to draw, that rectangle area. Okay, so now that I filled the region, I kind of painted that area. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. So let me do this. Let's do this. Let me comment out. Let me comment everything. I don't know if this will work. Let's see. Draw a circle. Okay, that's done. Join image. Okay, let's do this. This should work. Let's save it. Let me run it. Yeah. So you see, it's just a square, or 2000 by 2000, right? Now I've got to populate this surface with the objects I want, right? So go back up here. Let's go to random whole number, random part number. Why do I need that? Well, the reason is I wanted to generate random flashcards. Random whole number is the number that's being referenced in the function. So when I do a new number bond image, I provide a number. I want to generate, this is going to be the random number of the range 1 to 10, right? I can do it bigger than this, but if I do it 1 to 10, what happens? Let's see. I will have, it only goes up to maximum 10. Okay. Oh, I need to fix this. 1 to 20. Where's that at? Let's go fix it right now. You know what? Let me just generate it and find the number bonds. Number bonds. There it is. So this one, we actually need to update it. It needs to be the number. Let's see if it looks better. Generate. Okay, there we go. Number bonds 10. Oh, we didn't do 1 through 10. 1 through 10. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now I got that updating dynamically. So where are we? We drew the surface, and now we're doing a random whole number, meaning I want to generate a random number based off the number that was provided. So if you actually, the default's 10. If I provide something else over here on the bottom when I'm calling that function, if I do 100, if she's getting really good and I start going up to that number, then I'm gonna generate those type of numbers. So 3 to, just keep generating it. So I just kind of run this. I just kind of run it continuously, and we just go through it and we just iterate through it. 3. Come on, give me a bigger one. There we go. This one's getting bigger. Why are they all small numbers? Huh. There we go. There's a big one. 99. So 70 plus what equals 99? So it just kind of thinks, okay, 99 minus 70, right? And so the answer is what, 29? So that would be the answer. So yeah, that's basically it. And just keep running it through her. I just keep running through these flashcards, and just helps her to kind of mentally calculate what this will look like. So it's been working pretty well. Let's see. All right, so we have that. We have the random whole number. We have now the random part number, I want to generate random parts. So once I have a random whole number like 30 or whatever that number is, let me just bring this back down to 10. Well, I'll just do 20 just to be. So if I have a random number, I want to generate a random part. So I have this one that's being generated randomly, and I want to generate these, random number here so that it's always going to be changing, right? And I also want to make the question mark also change to different spots, okay? And I'll show you how I did that. So I create the title, string format new, line alignment equals center, alignment equals center. So this is just really setting the string format, row size equals 100. Why did I do that? I'll go into that later. All right, so we have a rectangle banner, rectangle author, rectangle footer. Now what's that? That's going to be when you generate the picture, you have the footer right here, the banner, and the author, okay? The drawing surface will be, we want to draw a string, right? Draw a string means draw words, right? And you specify the font, you specify the font family, and the number. You specify the brush foreground, right? You specify the rectangle banner, and then you specify the string format, okay? Which is right here, which is that string format. Now, might look a little complicated, but it's basically in order to draw anything, everything has to be within sort of a rectangle. Even if you draw a circle, you specify a rectangle, okay? So when you're drawing the string, you just specify the rectangle of what you want to draw, okay? And so rectangles are really important to whenever you're drawing using PowerShell. And when you want to draw the author, same thing. I specify the brush. And look, you don't have to actually specify a variable. You can specify it directly, right? And then here, you can provide your own variable of a certain color. So you can actually build that object within the when you actually call draw string, okay? And then you specify the rectangle author, which is that object, and then you want to format that string. Okay, so pretty straightforward. So the offset, I identify offset of 100. Now, why did I identify offset was I wanted to kind of draw that circle, and offset just means how far these circles are apart from each other. If I do a small offset, I don't know what's going to happen. So let's see. Didn't do nothing, so I don't know if I'm still using it. So we'll see. See if I'm still using it. But let me see. Let me do another save. What happens? Nothing really happens. I mean, but the idea was I wanted to kind of have circles kind of generate away from each other, and then draw those lines. Draw those lines that you kind of see. I wanted to draw the circle and then draw lines connecting to each part, okay? So let's draw the circles, all right? I defined an ellipse array. Why did I do that? Well, just preference. And the ellipse array has 3 circles, right? We want to have the whole. I gave it a name, right? Right, I named it whole, part, and part. So if you look right here, whole, part, and part. So I'm building an array with a hash table inside it, and each item in that array will be drawn. If I add more items to this array, it'll draw more circles. I only need 3. Here's the whole. I identify the center coordinates, and it'll be the coordinate x would be the image height divided by 2, right? If you take the image and you divide it by 2, you're going to get the center of the page, right? Or the center of the drawing surface, right? Now I need to go down some to get to this spot. So let's look at that. Y is image width divided by 2 divided by 2. Okay? Plus offset Y. Okay. I think I did that wrong. Yeah. Sorry guys, but here we go. All right, so image height, it'll still be the same because it was a square object, so it's my bad. But it still looks the same. Okay. So we want to have image width divided by 2, and image height we want to divide by 2, then divide by 2. So if you think about it, we're going to divide the image height by 2. It'll be here, but then I need to go up here, right? So I divide by 2, and I'll be up here. That will be my center coordinate. That's where I'm going to draw my circle. Diameter is the circle diameter, referencing that variable, right? And then the fill color, I specify a specific fill color I want to fill it with, because if you look at the picture, they look a little bit, the fills are a little bit different, right? And then the number, what's the number that's going to go inside that object? Okay, and I want to make it fit too. So then the parts are the same thing. Let's think about it. We want to have the image width divided by 2 divided by 2. So we take that image width, we divide by 2, then divide by 2. And I need to go down a bit, so how do I calculate the height? Is I divide it by 2, and then plus image height divided by 2 divided by 2. So basically, you kind of get the idea. And then I have the offset to help me offset it for the Y. Okay, makes sense. Okay. All right, so we have sort of an array of 3 items, 2 parts and 1 whole. We have the names, we have the sizes, we have it all. Now we got to draw it out. So how are we going to draw it out? Well, the pick number would be getting a random number, and then we're doing a question mark, right? So my pick number is just really picking where the question mark's going to be. So 0 to 2 just really means the index. 0, right? This is going to be 0, and this is going to be 1, and this can be 2. So I'm just really deciding which one is going to be the question mark. Then I say ellipse array, that index location turn into a question mark, right? Then I say pick number dot selected equals true, meaning that particular item in the array has been marked as selected true. If that's the case, the question would be ellipse array number and ellipse array 2 number makes ellipse array 0 number. So this really is just mapping the question right here. When I run it, it'll have that question at the bottom saying question mark, and 3 makes 19. Okay. Now that I have the question, it's pretty straightforward. You have to have the rectangle, right, of where you want to put it. That would be the 0. Then we're going to go to the image height plus 90 and image width 250. Okay. All right. Drawing surface, draw string. What am I drawing here? I'm drawing the question. Okay, I'm just plotting the question. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. So now we want to draw the lines. These are going to be the lines that connect these circles to each other. So that's why I wanted the center, right? I wanted the center in here so I can get those coordinates to draw those lines. Okay. So for the lines, I did a for loop of saying if ellipse.name matches whole, right? Because I only want to draw from the whole to the parts. If ellipse.name matches whole, I want to draw for each second ellipse in ellipse array. If the name matches a part, then I want to draw a line from the whole to the part. And then I'm just referencing the coordinates from the whole. Does that make sense? I'm referencing the whole coordinates, and I'm referencing the part coordinates, and then I'm looping it twice. Okay. I mean, that's why I kind of did a loop. I mean, you really don't have to do it that way, but if I wanted to add more circles for whatever reason, if I want to add 4 parts that make a whole, then it would be sort of trying to figure out what a missing unit would be in maybe 4 parts of a whole, but we're not doing that yet. So I drew the lines, right? Let me see what else we got. So I drew the lines, I drew the circle, drew the canvas, put the question marks, right? Oh, I didn't draw the circles yet. Okay, so here we're drawing a circle. So how did I do that? So for each ellipse in that ellipse array, I want to have the coordinates. So the coordinates would be the ellipse center coordinates minus the circle diameter divided by 2. All right. Now, why did I have this coordinate like that? Well, think about it. Let's think about it. If I specify the coordinates, right, I'm gonna get the spot right here or in the middle. Remember, we're drawing a rectangle, so I've got to specify the top left corner. I've got to go over here, and then I've got to go over here, right? And then to specify the other part, I got to go down here and then down here, and then that circle will be drawn in that inside that rectangle. How do I do that? Is we've got to get those coordinates. We've got to get the starting coordinates. So we're going to minus the circle diameter. We're going to minus that circle diameter, right? Divided by 2. So it's basically the radius. We're going to minus the radius. So boom, I'm here, and now I got to go up here. Does that make sense? Now, when I specify my fill brush, based off that ellipse fill color, I specify the ellipse number equals question mark. And then if it equals question mark, I want to make it a red question mark. You can change it to whatever color you want, but I chose red. Now I want to draw the circle and fill it. So first you draw the circle and you fill it, and then you draw the strings that are going to be inside those circles. Okay, so we have a rectangle object. Here's those coordinates, right, from up here. That's going to be mapping over here. Okay, guys. And then for the circle diameter, that's going to be pretty easy. You specify the width. So right here you specify the width. And then here you specify the height. Okay. Now, what happens? So you're going to be over here. You specify the width. Boom. You specify the height. Boom. And you've got that coordinate. You've got the coordinate to draw that circle. You fill the ellipse. Then you draw the outline. You fill the ellipse because I have my fill brush is white, but my outline is black. Okay. Then you want to draw the title, right? So I just basically specified a number, and then where the title would be, right here. The number, and where's the title going to be? So I want the number to be in the middle, and I want the title to be right here. Okay. So now here we're drawing it. So we draw a surface, we draw the number. Here's the number font size. We have the font color. We have the rectangle number, which is right here, and the string format. You see right here, I'm specifying the coordinates again, similar to the when I drew the circle. you can center that string in the middle so that it just pops right in the middle. So because if you were to specify, if I was to specify center and I was to draw that, then it would kind of offset over here. So I just specify the, the rectangle I drew it in, and I just center it inside. Let's see. So then I want to draw the name. Let's look at that one. I'm adding the circle diameter to coordinate y, and then I'm drawing the circle diameter, and I'm offsetting 130. Does that make sense? So that allows me to specify how much to offset from the middle. I put 130, right? Or offset from the bottom of the rectangle box. I put 130. Okay. Let's see. Then I export the image. So we're almost done. So I export the image to a image, and then I specify high quality bicubic. This is that rendering. I want to render a high quality image. If I don't do this, it's a pretty bad kind of pixelated bitmap. So I want it to just have a high quality. I have the file name right here, just a random file name in the temp folder. And then I do image.save. So now I'm all done. I'm saving that image. Here's the file name. Here's the codec I wanted to use, remember before. And here's the encoding parameters. If you don't specify, you just specify a file name, you could do it like this and it still works. Okay? Still works. But you see, maybe it's still good. Oh no. I'll have to mess with it. But yeah, let me save this one. Save. Let's try it again. Is it better? I can't tell. Maybe because I made the picture bigger. I don't know. I'll have to mess with it. Okay. And then drawing surface dot dispose just basically ends the drawing surface. Just closes the that pad, that drawing pad, right? You've already saved the image, so it's already been saved. You're just closing the drawing pad. And then invoke item file name is just opening that file. Once I draw it, I open the file. Okay? That's basically it. I apologize if it was kind of overwhelming. Hopefully you had an understanding of how to draw images. But now, from here, you can kind of draw, have an idea of how to draw other things. But I imagine I want to draw some more flashcards now that I have an idea that it wasn't too hard, but it also allowed me to kind of learn about the drawing library within PowerShell. So it was really helpful just to learn, and I hope you guys learned it. And if you guys want me to kind of do anything else, just let me know. Drop a comment, drop a like, and yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone.